keep them waiting.
Yeah.
So is it okay? Mohanish, you are ready?
We are ready. We are
Yeah,
ready.
Nitiish, you are ready?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, great. So let's get started. Great. So very good evening to all of you and a warm welcome to this evening, this online musical evening called Purple Strings. My name is Rahul Shinde and I have initiated this project of Ek Window. And the whole idea of Ek Window is to basically create a platform for all kinds of artists uh, uh, who are having some kind of an art with them and they would like to showcase their art, and that can be from any place. So it could be photographers, it could be painters, it could be any other artists, it could be musicians. So we provide this platform where we invite these artists. They are amateurs, they are professionals, so we have a mix of both. And this is where the art, whatever the art form they have, it kind of unrolls. The whole idea of Ek Window is basically because of the lockdown, because of the COVID. One is there's a lot of negativity around us. There's a lot of people are worried. There's a lot of worry around us, and people want some relief. People want some positivity, and I feel and believe that any art form gives you that kind of positivity and it gives you that kind of a relief. It helps you take care of your stress levels. So the idea is basically, if we cannot go to these kind of concerts or exhibitions, why not bring those home? And that is how the Ek Window platform started. And so we basically bring this concerts and events to your home, so you can sit, you can witness it, you can enjoy it, you can experience it from the comfort of your home. So that's the whole idea of Ek Window. Second is, so one is to enjoy the art form. Second is create a platform for artists. And third and most important is to create an understanding about the art and understand what is the art form, what is it that we should look into any kind of an art form, and most importantly, how to appreciate any kind of an art form. So it's not just that we have performances, but we also have a lot of discussion, and we have a lot of chit chat, and the artists share a lot of wisdom about the art and their experience and what are some nitty-gritties of that art which should be looked at. So that's a great learning, and I look at it as a great input personally. So along with the art form, if you're also able to get these kind of inputs from the comfort of our home, I think that's more than what we can expect. So the whole idea is to create a community of people who can appreciate art. So art appreciation also forms one of the important agendas of Ek Window. So that's in short about Ek Window. We are as old as a lockdown now, so about 4 months old, and we have conducted almost about 8 programs so far. We have mostly conducted programs in online photography exhibition, digital photography exhibitions, painting workshops, painting exhibitions. And this is the first time we are able to bring to you a music art form. And I'm very excited about it. And for that, we have these two talented artists with us. So we have Nitiish Purohit, and we have Mohanish Jaju. So I welcome Nitiish and Mohanish, and thank you so much for accepting our invite and getting on our show. So thank you so much for that. So quickly, we'll get started with our event this evening, and I'm sure you all are very excited to listen to these two talented musicians in front of us. Before that, let me just quickly introduce Nitiish and Mohanish to you. So starting with Nitiish, Nitiish has been into the music field for more than a decade now, and he's been learning Sarod and also doing a lot of performances publicly for the last decade. I mean, more than a decade now. His Sarod gurus are Pandit Tejendra Narayan Mujumdar from Kolkata, Pandit Sohan Neelkant from Ahmedabad, and Pandit Arvind Azad from Pune. So he has been trained by these legendary artists. He has performed in many festivals. I mean, if I read the list, it would take another half an hour to read the list where all he has performed. But to mention a few recent performances, he has performed in the Pandit Jitendra Abhisheki Mahotsav in 2019. He's also performed at the Hazri at centennial anniversary celebrations of Ustad Allah Rakha Khan Saab in 2019. And recently, he's also performed at his overseas performances include a performance at the Oman Embassy concert that was in February 2018, and Professor Ibrahim Noor Art Gallery concert in Muscat, Oman, again in 2008. So these are some of the places where Nitiish has performed. He's been an accompanist to many great artists so far, and again that list also runs a bit long. But just to give you a short glimpse, he's accompanied Pandit Rajendra Gangani and Pandit Yogesh Samsi at the Madhurita Saranga Award Festival. He's also accompanied Shama Bhatte and troupe in Bhopal. And then the list goes on and on. So there are many performances. Pandit Kalinath Mishra in Pune Festival. So he's into that, and he's done a lot of performances as well as accompaniments. So that's just in brief, Nitiish. I know, Nitiish, that introduction does not do justice to what all you have achieved and done so far in the music field, but just to keep a check on the time. Coming to Mohan, so thank you, Nitiish, for joining us. Coming to Mohanish, Mohanish is also in the music field for more than a decade. I think more than 15 years now. He's got his ethnomusicology degree from London. So he's into that. It's a very new subject. It's a very novel subject, and he loves to talk about that subject. And I have personally heard him a lot talk about that subject. So that is his subject. I know we will come to know about that subject more when Mohanish talks about it. The way he describes himself is he's an entrepreneur by heart. He's a musician by talent and a farmer by choice. So Mohanish's expertise and experiences lies at the intersection of cultural research, pedagogy, and sustainable business. He's a co-founder of Brew and Buzz, a hybrid music management company. He offers global music distribution and branding services for musicians, and he's a member of British Forum of Ethnomusicology and is currently developing an ethnomusicology-based ancillary program for children's academic education in India. So Monish is taking the music to a next level where he's trying to bring it into the education. And I guess soon we'll see our children learning a different way, a musical way. And that will be thanks to Monish. So again, as I said, even this cannot do justice to what Monish has achieved in the field, but just keeping a time check. So thanks, Monish. Thank you for joining us. And I welcome Mohanish and Nitiish again to the program. And also a warm welcome to all the lovely audiences who have made time and made themselves available on this forum. So also a warm welcome to all the viewers from the YouTube. So warm welcome to you. And now I hand it over to Mohanish and Nitiish. And it's all yours now. So we'll all sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So all yours, Mohanish.
Thank you so much, Rahul. I think it was one of the best introductions I believe we've ever had from any host. Thank you so much for such a lovely introduction. And first of all, I'd like to congratulate you on because you have come up with such a novel idea of Ek Window, and you're inviting so many people in, giving people a platform, and you're connecting basically audiences with the artists, which is a very novel idea. So congratulations for that.
Thank you.
Today's topic is, when we first discussed about this with Rahul, we were looking forward for some kind of a musical performance. So like, let's make something entertaining, or we can make some classical music performance, something like that. But then we also thought that because of the lockdown and all the pandemic, what it has affected all the music communities around the world, everyone has suddenly started using the digital platform to start communicating their music. And there is so much of music available online that it really becomes a challenge. Which kind of music should we listen to? How should we listen to it? How do we appreciate it? And that's when we thought of coming up with this topic, which is, is classical music boring? Or how do we listen to classical music? This music belongs to North India. By classical, I mean Hindustani classical, which is North Indian classical music. And Nitiish and I have been associated with classical music since about, nearly 2 decades now, almost. So if this question was asked to us and we were not classical musicians, Say if you were given a choice that do you want to go for a Bollywood gig or do you want to go for a classical music concert? Considering we are not classical musicians, I think I would have personally preferred going for a Bollywood gig. And I think it is because I can relate much more easily with that kind of music. That kind of music is everywhere. Everyone is listening to it. People are talking about it. It's on the TV, in the films, everywhere. So when I was thinking about what should we teach or what should we talk about in this particular topic, I thought this concept of how an audience, how a listener relates to some kind of a music is probably something which could, unravel some questions about whether classical music or any music in general, is it boring or is it bad music? What is it? So I don't know. Maybe I could bring Rahul in again just for a minute. Rahul, you
Mhm.
there?
Yeah, I'm there.
So if I say the word song, what is it that comes to your mind immediately? Song.
Song. Okay. Okay, so if I have to describe a song, what comes to my mind is one, definitely there are lyrics written, so there's a good poetry or some kind of lyrics written. Then it is put into music form, so it is put into all the musical marination, and then there's a product. These two are combined. There's a product that comes up which we call as song. So it's a mix of lyrics plus music plus whatever makes it effective.
Fantastic. So that's perfect. I mean, that's what song is for many people. Many common men, many laymen have this idea of what a song is. So
Mhm.
if we see a song as a product, what Rahul just described, it is perfect. But I think music, any song is more like a process. It involves everything, like say the context of the song, lyrics are written in which language, who is writing the lyrics, what is their expertise, which composer has what kind of a temperament when he's composing the music. There are so many things in this whole journey of coming up with a song of 5 minutes. So it's a
Mhm.
very long process, and there are so many elements which constitute the whole song as a song, what we listen to. And then when a listener is listening to a song, he or she is also connecting with the song because there is something they can connect with in it. For example, um, let's take Roja Janeman. I don't know. Maybe people have heard this song, Roja Janeman, from the movie
I
Roja.
guess so. Yeah, I guess so.
Quite a famous number by A.R. Rahman.
Yes. Yes.
Until recently, not recently, until about 5 years ago, I didn't know that Roja Janeman was actually an originally Tamil song, which was then recreated into Hindi. I had no idea. I listened to it in the Hindi version, and that's how I fell in love with it. One of my Tamil friends in London, she made me listen to the Tamil version of Roja Janeman. I couldn't understand what happened. I couldn't
Mhm.
relate to most stanzas. So just because there was a change in language, I stopped relating to a song which I had fallen in love with.
Mhm.
So I'm saying that a song is constitute of different elements. I'm saying that there are lyrics in it. The language of the lyric is important. And then how you said that there is a melodic structure to it, there's a melodic framework, which in classical music we say there is based on a raga, or in Western classical it's called a mode. And then you also have a rhythmic section in it, different kinds of instruments. You may be listening to dholak and you identify the song because you know dholak in it. So there are
Mhm.
several factors with which you can connect with. Let's take an example on the Sarod. Now, as I said that lyrics are important, let's see that on the Sarod, he's going to play the song, but the lyrics are going to be in your mind. And I'm going to give you a reference to connect to the song. So we are going to do two songs. One song in which I give you a reference. Second song, there is no reference. And then it would be amazing if you can write down to yourself or think to yourself, what is it that made you connect to it?
Sure.
So the first song, which will be played only on the Sarod, is from the movie Omkara. It's from the movie Omkara, and it was
Mhm.
picturized on Saif Ali Khan. And the name of the song is O Sathire.
Okay. क्या बात है.
क्या बात है. So
Wonderful.
Awesome. So maybe
I'm just cutting Mohanish. Actually, would like to apologize. I'm just taking glimpses of the songs because if we keep on taking whole of the song, then I think I'm sure because these songs are so good that even I might feel like repeating one or two stanzas, and we might run out of time. So I'm very sorry. I'm just taking a short glance at the song.
Yeah. And just I would like to share one thing with the audiences here, just to set the expectation right, is that so here, as you see, this is a very informal kind of a program that we have set up here. And it's going to be discussions or talks on music, and we're going to unfold the music as we move in the flow. So it won't be like a concert, or it won't be like two musicians playing at length, but it is more of exploring the music. And we'll do that with a lot of examples and a lot of songs that these two have thought about. So that is how it is going to unfold. So just to make sure that everyone is on the same page. Thanks. Mohanish.
I would like to add one thing before I and Mohanish go ahead.
Yes.
I would like to add to Rahul's words. Basically, see, we are students of music, basically. And I would like to make it clear that we are not any virtuosos or not any stalwarts. We are students and still learning. And here, certainly, we are not to show up anything. Just want to clarify some things, probably some misconceptions or some kind of such things, so that all the listeners, all the viewers who are not really that much of aware, who are not that aware about classical music or intricacies of classical music, or probably the overall aura of classical music. So just we are just trying to get them to the point probably.
Right.
So ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि that बहुत सारा ज्ञान हम लोगों ने बटोर लिया है तो बस वो दिखाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, तो प्लीज अगर ऐसा लगे तो माफ कीजिए, तो ऐसा नहीं है. Trying to get all of the viewers on and ourselves on one page, nothing else. Thank you.
Sure. Thanks.
Thank you for Rahul, your input, and Nitiish, your input as well. And I'm sorry I forgot to clarify this in the beginning. So yeah, moving on. What we just heard was a song, and I gave you a reference point to think about what the song would be. So one of the reference points, or one of the points with which you could probably connect with the song, is who it was picturized on. So there is a visual memory. Then what the lyrics of the song are, which probably some might have even searched online as the song was going on. And the other is name the title of the song. So there are a lot of points in the song which ring a bell. Now, when it comes to classical music, this happens quite rarely. First of all, in classical music, we have got something like a bada khyal, in which a singer is singing a bada khyal. It's super slow, and they've got like say couplets or quadruplets, 2 or 4 lines in it, and he's singing it over and over again. And they are kind of exploring the raga. So it's not exactly that they are trying to communicate the meaning of the lyrics only, which usually happens in a song. But they're also trying to unfold the raga along with the lyrics. So let's take like another example. Jago mein sari rain, but you know, which is a chota khyal. It's a short bandish, and Nitiish will take you through that.
As in classical music, we have a lot of melodies. Melodies, when I say melodies, it means raga. Just a minute. So, for instance, here we are taking rag Maru Bihar. So,
this had become very famous by Prabhat Treji.
Absolutely. Perfect.
Yeah.
Oh,
so, I would like to continue with this topic. The one with one example which Mohanish told me probably a week ago. Someone asked you about classical music, and the other person gave an example of the cricket match going on.
Yeah, this was a very valid and a very interesting example. So I was watching an interview by another artist. I cannot name the artist now because I've forgotten the name of the artist. But with all due respect to him, he was asked, what is the difference? Why do people keep singing one line over and over again? Why do you not feel it is boring? So this particular artist, he asked the interviewer, do you watch cricket? Well, the interviewer was like, yeah, the whole of India watches cricket. It's a very famous game. Do you watch 50-50? He said, yeah, of course I watched 50-50 test match. Then the musician asked him, how is it not boring for you when the person is bowling the same ball over and over again with 50 overs? And then the interviewer replied saying that, no, but every time the batsman drives a different shot. So the musician said that's what also exactly is happening in classical music. Even if you are repeating the lyrics, we're driving a different shot of different kinds of melodies, different kinds of explorations of the ragas.
Mm-hmm.
So that was an interesting example.
Yeah, that's a wonderful analogy.
So the same thing is parallelly going on in let it be khyal music or let it be instrumental music or any kind of Hindustani classical music. See, for example, abhi Maru Bihar ki baat chal rahi hai. So there is this composition Jagu mein sari rehne in Maru Bihar. So this is short glimpse of Maru Bihar. So Gama Pani Sa Sa Gama Dama Sa Re So same thing is happening in vocal also. Jagu mein sari rehna balma. When the line Jagu mein sari rehna is done, Jagu mein sari rehna. Sa pa ga ma pa ni sa ni da pa. Gama pa ma ga re sa jagu mein sari rehna balma. So what I'm trying to actually tell is कि अब ये हो गया रतिया मनला रे नी सा पा पा मा धा मा गा रे सा. Now, as Mohanish told in the example, the vocalists keep on repeating the same line, and there are no much of lyrics or words in a composition of khayal music or classical music. So the thing is, अभी जागू में सारी रैन सा पा पा गा मा पा नी, ये हो गया. जागू में सारी रैन सा पा 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 मा, जागू में सारी रैन जा सा पा पा मा नी पा, जागू में सारी रैन सा पा 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 मा सा. तो जैसे बॉलर अलग बॉल फेंक रहा है,
Exactly.
vocalist is also bowling with different notes
Styles. Yeah.
and different combination of notes every time.
Right.
And thera and the beauty points and stress points and all these things are inculcated and presented in a khayal rendition. So that's how it goes. So
Nitish,
Yeah.
Nitish, can I request you here if you can just play that whole piece with the variations, like 6 balls in the over. So if you can play it with the 6 variations that you told us, one
Sure.
after the other, that will be great.
Sure.
So we'll get a feel of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
क्या बात है,
So,
क्या बात है,
so
बढ़िया.
the third different ways in which the vocalist or the instrumentalist is exploring the raga in the bandish or the composition Jago Mein Sari Rain. There is one more interesting thing which I just realized when I was listening to him, is that he is playing the music, but then it's also on a tempo. There is some kind of a cyclical rhythm which is going on, and all of that, whenever he starts with the mukhda, which is where the bandish, the first line of the bandish, it always starts on exactly one point in that whole cycle.
Absolutely.
So what we are going to redo is he will play the bandish, and I'm going to recite the bowls of the theka or the rhythm or the groove. In Hindustani classical, we call the theka as teen tal, and by itself it sounds like dha dhin dhin dha dhin dhin dha tin tin da din din da. The first point, the first matra again. So let's try. I will recite with him. So what we saw was every time he starts the mukta, it's always coming from ta din din da da. That's the point. Now, what a tabla player usually does when he's accompanying this kind of a rendition is we are not just playing the groove. We're also kind of trying to shadow the movements of the sarod on his right hand or left hand. He's doing so many different kinds of movements and permutations and combinations of notes. So we are going to try doing that now. So this is one very interesting thing which happens in classical music, which is very easy to relate to and kind of understand, and as well because it's a very human interaction which is happening through our instruments. So as the vocal cords, this part of the body is also an instrument. We produce sound with that. So we are using different instruments, but we are doing some similar communication. So it would be like maybe I've met him on one of the kattas outside. Of course, after the lockdown eases and coronavirus dies off. but when I meet him on the katta again, we will have these kind of conversations which happen, in our vernacular. And in music, similar reflections are also seen. So what we just did was that. Now, as an audience, when something like this is happening, it might interest you to kind of try to find out what they might be conversing about. What is it that they're feeling? There is some kind of playful element in it. This is, I think, what people can connect to and tune in. Every time, it even happens with us sometimes that we are not able to tune into our maestros, our seniors who are performing music because we are not introduced to those intricacies. So it is quite possible that we can also tune out, and we don't know what's happening. But then there are some other reference points when we start tuning in again. And these are those reference points.
Absolutely.
So maybe we can give them another example of Ladan.
Yeah, certainly. So,
another kind of communication.
So in Ladan, what happens is Ladan basically is as the word goes, Ladan. So it's a healthy ladai kind of thing. So basically one rhythmic cycle. For instance, now we are taking Tintal. So I and Mohanish, Mohanish won't be playing Theka, and I won't be playing sign line or the main lyrical part of the composition, but we will be improvising, and we shall be stopping at one time and one common point together. The special thing about this is not rehearsed, this is not pre-decided, this is not pre-designed, or this is not pre-composed. So एक बार कर लेते हैं, फिर then we can probably can. This is an instrumental composition on Sarod in Rag Maru Bihag again.
क्या बात है, क्या बात है। वाह वाह, क्या बात है।
Both were thinking about din nana, din nana, din nana, din nana. In this, I'd like to point out to another reference point, which is a very interesting kind of I would say a composition which is taught to us from the childhood to every North Indian classical, South Indian classical musician. In North India, we call this concept as a tihai, in which one phrase, any phrase, is repeated thrice and it's got the same pause. I don't wish to get into the academic part of this, but the tihai will sound something like if there is da din din da da din din da da din din da da din din da titikata gadi gana da titikata gadi gana da titikata gadi gana da din din da da din din da. So when the Larant was going on and he was improvising, there was always a reference point for me when I was kind of focusing on where does he start playing the tihai. Now the cycle is going on in my mind. I know where he's starting to play the tihai, so my mind will calculate where he's going to stop. So there is an anticipation factor in this because I know the tihai. So any line which is played 3 times, anything, any phrase, that is somewhere close to a tihai. So that is another point you can probably listen to next time you're watching a Laran or Sawaj or anything of that sort. Focus on where the tihai is coming in. That is a very significant uh, part in that whole recital, where either they are, you know, pointing towards the end of an earlier composition,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So that's what's happening in a Tihai.
So this is how it goes. That the common point, which was the reference point, I would like to say, which was percolating in both our minds, is the sum, the first beat of the rhythmic cycle. So बाकी कुछ भी हो जाए, कुछ भी करो, we have to reach that one. That was will be our target and motive always when Ladan happens. And even if we get silent, even for probably 5 hours, then the cycle will be going on in our mind.
Yes.
And so चल रहा है, 1 2 4 5 6 7 and मन में count कर रहे and both of them are counting at the same time. So कहीं से भी उठा लेंगे तो वो we are going to count that one always. So this is actually the fun part of the rhythm and the lay tempo aspects of the music, basically. Not only classical music, let it be any music. Rhythm and tempo are always persisting everywhere. So
yes.
Just so Mohanish, going back to your example of the cricket. So here, even the batsman, he kind of tries to understand the pattern in which the bowler is bowling. And where is he holding the ball? Where is he holding it on the sim, or is he really little off? And he's trying to anticipate what kind of a delivery he's going to ball. Now, only difference I see is there it is against each other, but here it is for each other. That's the only difference I see. But but rest title is the same game.
Exactly. So we are kind of coexisting in this. So
Exactly.
we are from the same team. We are from the same team. It's like Virat bowling to Sachin in a practice match.
Yeah.
Still, I mean, they belong to the same team, but they are not playing for each other. They are definitely going to be against each other.
Yeah.
So it's quite an interesting analogy.
Yeah.
So just falling back on the topic again, we started from how a song is different than classical music, and why classical music is boring for many people because of repetitions and so many things in it. But there are different aspects, different elements, even in the classical music format. And I believe it is in every music format in different parts of the world. There's so many cultures, so many music forms are there. So every music form has its own format. But some things like these, which are born out of, I guess, human interaction, are quite common in every music form. It's quite common there. So maybe if you all can keep this in mind while listening to any other music genre which you don't usually listen to, maybe this way might help you to tune in, to understand what's happening, especially in a live performance. Now, moving on from the melody. So we started with lyrics being an important element. Then there was this melody and human interaction, of course. And another important element is the rhythm section itself. So I'm going to try to demonstrate a few rhythm patterns which are very specific and very prominently connected with different cultures. Say, for example, Gujarati Garba. The Garba beat is very easily recognizable, and on tabla it sounds something like this. Something like that. So listening to a song, and if you listen to this kind of a rhythm, it will be, even if you don't understand the language Gujarati, you might say it is Garba-ish. So a rhythm also can become an identity of a song. Let's take another example. Maybe Rahul can tell me what this beat was, because you're also from Maharashtra.
Okay.
Do you recognize what this was?
I don't want you to stop, Mohanish. It is definitely the Launi beat.
Exactly. Perfect. So even if there is no song, just based on what rhythm I'm playing, you are able to recognize what's happening. Now, these I think have been played over and over again in so many pawn shops, so many, I believe, cafes, and all these public places, that it's very easy for us to connect with what's happening. But it's quite rare to find, step into a cafe, say, step into Starbucks and "Ustad, bade gulam Ali Khan sahib is singing to me." It's a very rare, opportunity to find something like this. So that's also another reason I feel that Aam Janta, the layman who we are talking about, they have not experienced classical music culture in their daily life. That's also probably one of the things why they cannot easily relate to classical music as they can relate to loud music. I will say, I will play another beat, and maybe Rahul can try to again recognize what this is.
Sure.
What was this?
Okay. Now this is a bit tricky.
Was it interesting or was it boring? Was it like exciting?
It was interesting. Yeah, I could catch the beat. Yeah.
This beat is usually played in Afghanistan, in their culture, their folk culture. I've read somewhere that this teka is called Usul-e-Fakhta.
Oh, okay.
The name of it. It's a 5-beat cycle.
Hmm.
That's all what's happening in it.
Okay.
I'm going to try to play another beat. This is also another kind of a groove. And now tell me if you can connect to this or not.
Okay, am I going to get anything if I recognize it correctly?
We've given a GPay account. Maybe you will just Okay.
Yeah.
Check this.
Yeah.
Did you recognize what? This whole cycle, what I played, is 1 hour done. This is one. I just played once.
Okay.
Whereas is also once. There is a change in.
Okay.
There is a change in structure as well. So what I just played is a groove called Vilambi Ektal.
Oh, okay.
It's a 12-beat long cycle, but because I have reduced the beat so much, it's become 64-beat long cycle. So this is another distinguishing factor between many classical music renditions and folk music or popular music things. The tempo is so slow that it is very difficult to tune in. So unless and until you know the theka, unless and until you know why he's playing thin, where he's playing thin, it's very difficult to tune in. But I think if you can listen if anyone listens to this over and over again, it will also become a memory. Right. You will find your own points where you can tune into this kind of music.
Right.
But what I just played is also a groove, like how I played other Lavani Theka and something else.
Yeah.
Now in classical music, it's not that the tempo is always slow. We also have fast tempo grooves. For example, something like this. This is also classical music. So usually I think people get bored when someone is playing really slow and stretched music, which is really very, very slow, and then focusing on one sur, and they're stretching it as long as possible. But in that, what that artist is trying to do is he's basically trying to set a temperament. He's trying to set a kind of an atmosphere which is very meditative. Absolutely. So meditation, if meditation is what people can enjoy, that anyone can easily tune into a very slow rendition. Anything.
Basically, see, I would like to add the reason behind the tempo being so slow. Vilambit, the word itself is slow. The tempo being vilambit or khayal says the thought and vilambit says the slow thing. So the reason behind that is the main motive of Hindustani classical music is to calm the minds of the listeners and not to excite. So सुनने के बाद चैन आना बहुत जरूरी है. So that is what is the main purpose of rendering a classical music or probably presenting a piece of classical music. So कुछ भी हो जाए, लेकिन whenever the listener leaves, he'll take some peace and some calmness along with him. That's what is the main purpose of Hindustani classical music.
So that brings us to kind of a close on this topic as well, about rhythm, about understanding the motive of classical music. And let's move on to another interesting thing where we are going to play together now, is how folk music has, how classical music has seen the contribution of folk music, and how classical music has also welcomed different kinds of tunes or melodies from folk culture. We're going to present a folk song originally from Rajasthan, Kesariya Balam, Padaro Mare Desh.
This is the beginning. उसके बाद जो भी बजेगा that you people are supposed to recognize.
Recognize, definitely.
Okay.
I'm not going to give out all the secrets.
Okay, sure.
So, in his tunes, Kesariya Balam, basically, it is set to.
Hello.
Yes. Oh, I think we have someone saying hello.
Yeah. I took care of that. Hello.
Okay.
Welcome. Yeah.
So this is set to 6-beat time cycle, which maybe I'll just take this liberty to play the 6-beat cycle. It is very close to waltz, which we listen in, from the global north. But waltz, something sounds like, and they are all violin and violins are going on.
Right.
Also a 6-beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bring down the speed a bit. Becomes Dadra Tal in North India. Dha, dhi, na, da, do, na. And it's set to this song is set in this style. Let's try.
क्या बात, क्या बात है, क्या बात है, फैंटास्टिक, फैंटास्टिक.
Rag Mand, which is more what do you say, prachalit in terms of Kesariya Balam. So actually
अच्छा.
Rag Mand तो थोड़ा सा आगे पीछे करते हुए we'll have another example.
Okay, maybe
Yeah.
I just tell you another thing is that classical music. Say, if you consider classical music as a repertoire, then yeah, of course, then there are lots of intricacies and all that. But if you see classical music more like a lens to look through, with or something like Hindi में कहते हैं हम लोग classical music की नजर से देखा, you know. So if we do that, then we can see reflections of classical music in many music forms around the world. It's quite possible.
Right.
Yes. Can we have old composition?
Yeah, sure, why not?
क्या बात है.
So what just happened was, because I could not understand the lyrics, I could not tune into what song this is. Then he told me, in a soft voice. Then I realized, oh, this is the song. So it can happen even with us sometimes. Okay.
क्या बात है.
This
क्या
was
बात है.
an old composition. Now, based on the same notes, so same set of notes, a newer composition, probably one of the latest.
क्या बात है. हाँ हाँ. क्या बात है?
On the same set of notes, one of the old but very very famous, probably when it comes to when the term ghazal is uttered, so there is a certain class of people जो सिर्फ गजल सुनते हैं. ऐसा नहीं कि गजल सबको पसंद आती है फिर, but this particular thing is on everybody's tongue. सब लोग इसे गाते हैं.
नीतीश, ये वक्त भी बढ़िया चुना है आपने गजल का, क्योंकि ऑलमोस्ट शाम ढल चुकी है.
तो
क्या बात है?
So sorry. Go on. So at this point, we presented 3 different compositions. Probably 2 of them very old, but and one very new. And as you people may have noticed that I was, repeating the term as on the same set of notes, on the same lines, on the same set of notes, and same melody. इससे मेरा ताल्लुक ये है कि whenever I'm saying same set of notes, it is in consideration or in reference with the rag. So all these 3 compositions were based on one rag, that is rag Yaman. So the thing is that Bollywood music and classical music, they are in some or the other way, at some or the other point, they coincide and they are based on classical music. They have a lot of things hand in hand. So ऐसा जिसको भी लगता है कि क्लासिकल म्यूजिक बोरिंग है, तो ऐसा नहीं है, क्योंकि काफी चीजें तो है. अगर आज जाने की जितना करो, अगर इंटरेस्टिंग लग रहा है तो यमन भी इंटरेस्टिंग लगेगा, क्योंकि वन इन द सेम थिंग.
So Nitish,
क्या
हाँ, तो आपने पहले जिया ले गए रे मोरा सावरिया, यू प्लेड दैट, और उसके बाद यू वेंट टू मोह मोह के धागे, और वहां से आप चले गए आज जाने की जिद ना करो. So all these three, I mean, listening to them as songs, they are so diverse in their effect. But if you say उसका crux जो है, जो उनका core है, they are the same notes, or they are based on the same notes.
Absolutely.
But I'd like to come in here and kind of point to another factor which I think also distinguishes. Although they all are same, structurally, I mean the system or maybe the framework of what that composition is, it's quite very different, and there is also a very different approach to it. So usually in say Momo Ke Dhage, the singer will not have a liberty to use gamaks, fast stance, because it has a certain compositional framework.
Correct.
In that. Whereas one of the compositions we heard earlier was Narobiya. Was that Jago mein Sari Rain Balama. So even that has a certain structure in the melody. It also has some kind of set notes in it. But the singer will have the liberty to explore in any speed, to explore in any kind of transitions of layers. He can do n number of variations, combinations. He can sing it for hours, no problem. But I don't know, I've never heard anyone do something similar with Momo Ke Dhage. So I think they all have their own boundaries as well. Although they are reflections of classical music, they also have their structural boundaries.
And I think Momo Ke Dhage is one of the finest works of Anu Malik ji.
Absolutely, finest, yes.
Yeah.
So on this point, anyway.
So now we have, I think you have driven us to Bollywood, and you have driven us to the connection between the ragas and the Bollywoods. Yeah. So
I wanted to move on from here into a very interesting music zone, I would say, which is a Western music zone, Hollywood and stuff. There are many theme songs which have become famous over the past few years. Game of Thrones theme song, or Pirates of the Caribbean theme song, Harry Potter theme song, all these are very original.
Right.
Pirates of the Caribbean, for example.
So Mohanish, sorry to interrupt you. Just before we move on, since it's about an hour we have completed, should we just take a 5 minutes break and take audience reactions, and if there are anything that they would like to say? A small 5-minute gap.
We can either do it now because we are just towards the end of the the whole.
Okay, so you want to complete and then open it for question answers?
Anyway, on a similar topic, so we can show the Western music and then
no problem. No problem. Good. And and so, we also interested to listen to you both doing something for us.
Thank you so much. Amal, you're such a good host. I like you so much. So coming to a Western music zone, and Western is not just like west of India. They're referring to like something global, not something to do with Hollywood. So we're going to explore Pirates of the Caribbean theme song, which is based on, again, looking from the classical lens, it is based on a raga. But it's not necessary that the composer of the song learned the raga to compose. That is not the case. So there are parallel thoughts happening in two different parts of the world, with two composers who have been trained in very different, diverse music genres. Even the way of teaching them, the pedagogy has been different. Despite that, they are still on a similar page, is what we could say. So to give an example, what we're going to do is, we don't wish to hurt any composer's sentiments, but we are going to dissect this whole piece.
Okay.
For better understanding.
Education purpose, So, Pirates of the Caribbean, I'm going to play another instrument called cajon. Right here at the back.
Sure.
In a very way. And then we are going to reduce the speed, the tempo of that composition, and bring it out and make it as slow as possible, and convert that into a Vilambit gust. Set in theme. Okay. Let's try how this goes.
Sounds interesting.
So we can have a short diversion in the tour as well.
And just for everyone's clarification, the thing on which Mohanish is sitting right now, it's an instrument, musical instrument called cajon. Yeah.
Is it audible?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay.
The same notes will be persistent in whole in the throughout rendition now onwards.
Okay.
So before we go to the Hans Zimmer composition, two small short glances of some Indian composers, also some legendary Indian composers and singers. You want me to join Tabla? I would like to. So this song is again based on the same Kerala Chega, which played earlier. So, sung by legendary Lata Didi, and one of my favorite compositions and songs ever. अगर रात में भी any time अगर कोई भी बोले तो कोई कुछ बजा तो I would not mind playing this.
Sure. क्या बात है? क्या बात है? क्या बात है. The
both
audiences could not hold themselves back from humming along with you. Amazing.
You know, I think for the first time in all the live sessions we have done, I think I've not found this as an interruption, because in classical music, when we are performing, we require people to say "Kya baat hai" or sing with us. You know, it's a part of the culture. So this was fantastic. Whoever started singing, whoever could not hold back, kudos. Thank you.
Actually. So great.
So the reason why I played these two songs is again to show the parallelity or to show the connection. These two songs are based and composed in Rag Bhim Palasi, one of a very famous and a lovely and amazing melody, a set of notes in Hindustani classical and Carnatic classical as well. It's an afternoon melody, so Bhim Palasi has been widely used in Bollywood, in Tollywood as well. Rahmanji loves this rag a lot, and probably a lot of his songs are in Bhim Palasi.
I think he's also composed a lot of stuff in Kirwani based stuff.
Kirwani too, yeah, absolutely. So we shall be coming to. So again, by changing one note in Bhim Palasi, we'll be coming to our set of rendition. So that becomes rag known as Nata Bhairavi. So Nata Bhairavi is a rag. Basically, it belongs to Carnatic style of music. But in Hindustani, the parallel rag will be Asavari or Darbari Kannada. So they have the same notes, but they have the ascent and descent and the structure structure is a bit different. But the notes are same, and probably hence the feel too shall be same. Similar, I won't be saying same. So as Mohanish said earlier, Pirates of the Caribbean theme is some or the other way based or really parallel and connected to Rag Nata Bhairavi. So let's start with that.
So Nitiish, before you start, can you just give us the Aro and the Avro of Nata Bhairav?
Nata Bhairavi, yeah.
Sorry, Nata Bhairavi.
Nata Bhairav is another rag, and Nata Bhairavi is another.
Okay.
Nata Bhairavi is, I'll show, Sa Sare Gama Padhanisa Sani Dhapa Magareta, in which Gandhar, Dhaivat and Nishad shall be Komal. So the ascent and descent goes as like this. So, shall we start?
क्या बात. क्या बात है. Fantastic.
So you just saw the journey, like what are the parallels and how it connects from Pirates of the Caribbean to Willem with Gus
and a pure classical part of the music, of Indian classical music. Now again a Bollywood number based on the same line. I can cheat for just prompting the name of the film and not the song.
Okay. That'll be a hint to me actually. Because he just saw me turning pages.
The film is film Kisna.
Kisna.
Starred by Vivek Oberoi.
Yeah, the Subhash Ghai film, right?
Yeah, absolutely. A lovely rendition and composition sung by.
I think Ismail Darbari was the music composer for that movie. I think some
Yeah.
brilliant work done by him in that film, Kisna.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely.
क्या बात है? क्या बात है? ब्यूटीफुल.
Cool.
क्या बात है, क्या बात है, बहुत बढ़िया.
Many of you must have recognized the song. तो बाद में जो QA और the interactive session जो होगा उसमें will come to know कितना ने पहचाना. Another song. Amazing song.
By the way, I gave away this name of this song in the chat box.
I did read, yeah.
So yeah, one more. I will not give away the name.
Okay. I'm just playing the first two lines of this song. I'm not going to play the whole song.
If you recognize audiences, you can write it down in the chat box.
Please.
Beautiful. Yeah, and the audiences have recognized it correctly.
Absolutely.
Many of them have recognized एक परदेसी मेरा दिल ले गया.
Yes, perfect. And and now the actual Nat Bhairavi, the Vilambit Gat which was presented was the Gat or the composition. Gat, basically, I would like to tell about Gat. How we have song. So basically, Gat is a song of the instrumental music. जैसे ख्याल है, as we showed Jagu में सारी दान is the bandish, which is the khayal, which is the composition. In the similar way, Gat is the composition or the basis or the framework on which the whole rag is established and improvised and developed, it is known as the gat. So the one which we showed in Vilambit Tintal, that was the Vilambit gat, and now we'll be showing up Drut, or the fast gat in Tintal again. By the way, the Vilambit gat, or the composition, is a composition of the great Pandit Ravi Shankar ji, and the one which I shall be playing now is another great composition by Pandit Ravi Shankar ji's guru, Baba Alauddin Khan Sahib.
fantastic.
That's it, I guess, from both of us. And I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all could take some notes. And I hope that, to fit in everything, to make it more educative, there are a lot more other things or a lot more other elements which someone can learn. But to condense all of the information in just 1.5, 2 hours, it's a bit of a challenge to deliver all of that. And I think it is more of a challenge to digest all of that. So
see, it will be like anyone wishing to travel the world in probably one day. Which is,
yeah.
Well, you can do that on Google Maps, but the experience is not that impactful. So I guess we've come to an end, and
okay.
I just would like to say that no music in the world is really boring. No music is boring, and there is no music which is bad music. I think all that matters is how you can relate to it. So it's a very subjective feeling whether a music is boring or not. And if you can just tune into some of the elements which are quite common in all of the music of everything in the world, I think it'll be really cool for you to experience so much can be done in just how many 12, 13 notes, 12 notes. So much of things can be done in 12 notes. The whole world is playing only on those 12 notes. Slight changes in frequency.
Absolutely.
So,
great. So
I'm interrupting you. So
yes, Nitiish.
Just it's a very humble appeal to all of you that as now we have got a glimpse that as Mohanish also said that no music is boring, hence classical music is not boring. And in classical music, you have as for now in the journey of these 2 hours, you have come across so many of entertaining factors, so that while these factors being present, one really cannot say that it's boring. So I would just like to request everyone, all the listeners, that अगर समझ में नहीं भी आ रहा है तो then थोड़ी देर से गौर फरमाइए, बस थोड़ी देर, then the connect will be created on its own. So it's just part of a small amount of perseverance. तो थोड़ी देर सुनना एक चीज को, या फिर any recording or probably any rendition of classical music for a while shall get all of you into this to become a part of this ocean. So this is a very humble appeal. Start listening, and probably that might I'm sure that it's gonna create an affection, a connect and love for classical music too. So I can just request, so बाकी करना नहीं करना तो आपके हाथों में है.
Yeah, I think I also like to add here, all the things which we have shared with them.
Yeah.
If even like 5% of all this has gone inside you, I'm sure that you have already established.
You have already started on that.
Already started with all of appreciating. You already started. I would just say that just continue on this journey, and we are not propagating, preaching that people should listen to our classical music. There are some other classical musics also in the world.
Absolutely.
There is Iranian classical, which is very different than Indian classical, North Indian. There is Carnatic classical and Western classical. So listen, just keep listening to music. So much to explore, right? And if you have any questions, now is the time for it.
Yeah. Before that, one thing I would also like to say is you guys have done a fantastic job till now, and we cannot end this event without listening or having a jugalbandi between you two. Okay, so that is something which is on my mind and my listen. Many of us also have the same on their mind. So yeah, we are not going to let you go without that jugalbandi piece. So that is there in the offering. So that is one. Secondly, there's one farmaish from one of the audiences for Bayana Dharo. So if you would like to take it, Bayana Dharo, if you like to take it, it's up to you. I leave it to you. But just mentioning.
Bayana, sorry, I'm to be honest, I'm not prepared with Bayana Dharo.
No problem. No problem.
there be any other option?
There's no option. There's only one farmaish, but okay. Let me ask you. Would you like to do the jugalbandi? And I'm sure you're taking the jugalbandi, right?
We are taking the jugalbandi.
So would you like to do it now, or would you like to do it after the question answer session?
Anyhow, it could be fine. Like, I think let's conclude with jugalbandi.
Okay. Yeah. So I think let's. Mohanish, are you okay with that?
Yeah, perfectly fine. Anything is fine.
So we'll we'll have a jugalbandi from YouTube, and once you are done with that, then we'll open it out to the audiences. We'll have a nice interaction and a question answer session. Does that sound okay to you?
Okay, this is fine. This is fine with
Yeah.
me. Even we can like jugalbandi after question answer. Anything is fine with me. It's your call.
Yeah. So I think let's finish it in the flow, and then let's open it. So that will be another flow. I'm sure the audience have a lot to say and a lot to ask you guys.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. So before we present the jugalbandi, I just want to tell, maybe bring you back on one of the topics which we discussed while we were explaining ladant and about human intention. So before we actually play jugalbandi on the instrument, let's just do like a chat. Greetings. Hey Nitiish, what's up?
I'm good. What's up with you?
I'm fine. Everything is going on fine. What we just did, we are going to do in the jugalbandi, but with the instruments.
Okay.
Okay. So that's something maybe you can just keep in mind. Absolutely. Something like that. And by the way, jugalbandi is wrongly called as sawal jawab. There is no jawab. It's only sawal. They're like people we are playing around with mathematical framework, and I'm trying to translate what he's playing on the Sarod, on the tabla. So if he plays dar 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 dar, I'll play dagir 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 da. So it is not actually an answer.
It's mostly sawal.
Yeah. Or maybe jawab positive.
But it can happen sawal and jawab.
Maybe we should do this with Arnab Goswami. Okay, let's go. This is another important thing which people around the world have already recognized, that I think classical musicians are paid for tuning and then for performance. It's more like complimentary.
क्या बात है. क्या बात है, बढ़िया बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया.
Thank you
I'm
so
clapping on everyone's behalf for you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great, क्या बात है, बहुत मजा आया, बहुत बढ़िया.
Thank you.
Small request,
Yes,
please.
both of you, to end the session. Can you play rag related to this season? Lines.
We lost you there in between, so can you please
Okay.
repeat the
I
suggestion?
wanted to hear 2 lines of rag malhar related to this rainy season. Mahol
Okay.
bana dega.
Yeah, sure. So maybe we can close with Rag Mallar. So that's for sure. Yeah. Before closing, I would like to make an appeal to all the audiences here, and I'm sure Mohanish and Nitiish will also join me in making the appeal. As we know that because of the COVID, there has been a lockdown and there has been a close down in many of the industries, and all the industries are affected very badly. So entertainment industry is one of them, and music industry is one of them. There are no performances happening. There are no concerts happening. There are no music festivals happening. So it is a big loss, and the artists are trying to thrive through this kind of a situation. Besides, let me tell you, even though this was not a concert, but I have seen these two artists go through so much of preparation and so much of efforts they have put in to make this program, and I have been a witness to it. So, and it was a very genuine, sincere effort that they have put in. Now, and it takes in a lot of hours to actually put this all together for them. So one thing what we thought of was Ek Window does not conduct programs on a chargeable basis. We don't charge our audiences; they are all free to watch. So this time, looking at all this, the current situations and the current scenarios, what we would like to appeal to our audiences here, who have been very patient and who have been very lovely audience so far, who have enjoyed it and who have interacted well and who have understood it well. So to all this wise audiences, I would like to make an humble appeal from Ek Window's side and also from the artist side that we are open for getting contributions, voluntary contributions from your side or voluntary donations from your side. So soon we will display the Google Pay number or a Paytm number, and you are free to make any kind of contribution that you wish to. There is no upper limit, there is no bottom limit. So any contribution is most welcome, and it would be used rightfully by the artist in their future journey. So that is our humble appeal. If you don't have a Google Pay or a Paytm, that's okay. The number that is flashed on the screen, you can just ping there on WhatsApp or a message, and we will share the account details if you wish to transfer any amount. So this is a humble appeal. So feel free, whatever you feel like. You have seen the performance, you have seen what kind of artists these are, and you have seen what contribution they have done to our lives today, this evening, in a short span of about 2.5 hours. So I think they deserve much more. And one person might not be able to do so much. That's why the humble appeal to help. So think about it. After the performance, after the last performance is done, I will flash the Google Pay number, and feel free to make your donations. Yeah. So thank you so much. Thank you for listening. Mohanish, Nitiish, would you like to add something to it?
Yeah, I would like to. As we were, Mohanish and myself were having a word, that it's not just about two of us, because see, the whole, especially the whole of the classical music fraternity has been affected by all this corona and whatnot. So I would like to make an appeal that most of us are, continuously on our mobile phones, probably on YouTube or whatever. So I would like to appeal and request probably that if you could add up to the views of renditions by artists like me, Mohanish, and many of us, and many young artists of the classical music fraternity, that would be also a great help, so that since the viewership increases, that also can it gets converted into
so like we have a terrestrial space in which you will come to a concert, you'll buy a ticket, and the ticket money 1% will come to us. Similarly, in the digital space, there are different social media channels, and like he rightly said, number of views, likes, follows, sharing our content on your pages will also give us lots of brand awareness in your circles. And there could be one person in your circle who might be interested in our work. This is one way, of course, you can contribute. Another way you can contribute is not just both of us, but you will also have personally, connected with your other artists in your own circles. If you have any musician, any fine artist, any kind of an artist, get in touch with them and learn some music. It could be any music. I'm not just saying classical music. So when you're learning, you're paying them something, and it is a professional service. There are many musicians who are ready to teach online. So this is a humble appeal, not just for us, but for anyone who is in your contact. And I think
it's on behalf of the whole of the artist fraternity. Maybe
started sharing the screen. Yeah.
So I've just shared the screen. Yeah.
Yeah. So please do that, and let's all stick together in this whole journey. I mean, it rarely happens that I go to a doctor and the doctor gives me a Diwali discount. So I guess we have, we are offering special service, so much of mental peace, and streaming on so many shows. Right? And please support Ek Window as well. And Rahul Dada is doing amazing job.
Yeah. Please do like, follow Ek Window page, and please do like, follow us on Facebook and Instagram as well. And please stay connected for further updates, and
yes,
lot of stuff to come.
Absolutely.
Bringing to you Malhar.
This is Rag Surdasi Malhar, and I'm rendering a composition by a legendary sitar player Pandit Nikhil Banerjee. this rag make? The main rag or the parent rag of the whole Malhar family. one last short malhar. This is a very rare and special malhar. Adana malhar. 1-2 minute bus. I'll just show the composition and we'll end for the day. It is a combination of Miyaki malhar and rag Adana. Thanks a lot. Here we.
क्या बात है, बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. Yeah, so on that note, let's end the session. So thank you so much once again. Thank you, Mohanish. Thank you, Nitiish. And thank you all audiences. You have a fantastic night. Please go to our page on Facebook called Ek Window. Please like the page, and if we do it every week. So every Sunday, 6 o'clock, we come up with an event. So do watch that space. The advertise will come up maybe a few days before, and watch that space, like the page, and keep up or keep updated. And we will definitely love to reach out and create some more programs for you guys. So thank you so much again. This is Rahul Shinde saying good night and bye to all of you. Thank you so much, and thank you to Mohanish and Nitiish. Good night. Take care. Stay safe. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.